Hello viewers. Another plant to be avoided at all costs, and I mean all costs, is the Lantana. Here in Australia was some bright spark, thought it was a nice going to be a nice garden flower, introduced into the country, and it just took off and it's gone feral. It's a pest. It's propagated by birds and other animals eating the seeds. And this brings up a point when you see birds and animals eating fruits and berries and flowers and that sort of thing. Doesn't necessarily mean it's suitable for humans to eat. It may be toxic for humans. The Lantana itself stinks. Get a leaf, absolutely stinks. Grows like this in canes. It's got thorns on the canes and the flowers. Now the whole plant is toxic. Not any part of it is edible, although I have heard from the old timers that some varieties of Lantana, when the berry on it is perfectly ripe to the point where you touch it, it falls off into your hands, you can eat it. However, my rule of thumb is I don't eat them. Another point to bring up is, and this is an experience we had, was that we were out camping with some teenagers quite a few years ago around a campfire, and being as teenagers want to do is toast marshmallows on a stick over an open fire. Yeah, marshmallows taste like crap to me, but anyway, one of them hopped up and I watched, and she went over and picked a stem off a Lantana bush and stuck a marshmallow in it and proceeded to stick it over the fire to roast it. Needless to say, she got a clip up behind the ear, and I took it off and threw it in the fire because it's toxic. The whole plant is toxic, so she's going to roast a marshmallow on the end of this thing and eat it. So that's my experience with it. It is a noxious weed here in Australia. It's taken over this area. When it dies, particularly in drought or dry conditions, these are very frost tolerant too. The cane themselves die out, become very dry, and become a bushfire hazard. It's very flammable. I wouldn't suggest using them as kindle or tinder for making a fire because of the toxic fumes they may give off. However, in January, all this stuff was dead, bone dry, dead, not a green thing on it. In the last month or so, we've had some good rain, and it's all sprung back to life. Very hard to get rid of. Really, the only way to get rid of the stuff is to poison it. That's the most effective way, because the seeds can lie dormant in the soil for years. Good rains, and up it comes. So that's the Lantana. I believe it's a native of South America. Some bright spark thought would be a good ornamental flower in a garden. Early last century in Australia, something like that anyway. So this is one you don't eat, you don't touch. The whole plant is toxic. Okay, thank you.